Hello everyone. Welcome to another learning session of Foundation of Programming at CodeMode, where you learn by practice. Currently you are learning programming languages, and in today's class we will learn about design time versus run time. In the previous class we learned about compilers and interpreters, in which we learned that compilers and interpreters are nothing but a translator. Each programming language has its own translator, which understands the syntax and grammar of the programming language so that it can translate. We also learned that compilers create a copy of the code in its own version and make it ready for execution. On the other hand, interpreters are always on the fly. It translates line by line and executes as you go. Before I start, don't forget to like this video and follow our channel by subscribing. You simply need to click subscribe button. If you are watching it on YouTube, you should go back to my.codemode.us and practice. Your likes and subscriptions motivate me to create more videos and courses like this. Let's begin. When you are writing code in the code editor, you are still in the design or development mode. Your code is not being executed by the processor or the machine. The compiler or interpreter has to translate it. If there is an issue during the development, suppose you did not follow syntax, suppose you did not follow the grammar, then it should be caught and fixed before code is really truly ready to be translated and ready to be run by the processor. This is referred as design time. As you can see in this image, a car is under development, and if any issues found here can be fixed because car is not sold to a customer and a driver is not using it. So any issues found during in the code editor is referred as a design time issue. A good code editor, including the code editor created by CodeMode, is using the compiler behind the scene. As you type, if you make a mistake, while you are still developing your code, you are writing your code. If you made any mistake, the system will prompt you. It will show you that you have made a mistake. On the other side, when you are done with your development and you are ready to run, it will be translated by Python's compiler or any programming language compiler for that matter. Now that compiled version, that if you remember in the previous concept or previous section, I had shown you that your Python code or your programming language code is translated into an intermediate language, and that code is ready to be run by the processor or to be converted into the machine language. Now, once it goes to the processor and your code is running, that is called your runtime. And it is possible that you may have error in the runtime which cannot be really caught by compiler. And the reason being is some of the values that you have written in your code may change based on different inputs. Take an example, you are doing a division. You are saying z equal to x divided by y. What happens if for some reason the value of y becomes 0? If y becomes 0, then you are doing x divided by 0, which is going to throw an infinity error, because any number divided by 0 will not produce any value. And in this case, this becomes a runtime issue. You followed the syntax, everything was perfect, but when code started running, based on the values of based on the values at that moment in that particular step, if for any reason becomes 0, this is just an example. If it becomes 0, then this is referred as a runtime error. This concept is important because when you start writing code, you will often come across this situation where the issue is coming during the design time or development time versus issues coming in the runtime, and you want to deal with differently. On the design time, your compiler is helping you, your code editor is helping you to detect the error. But if the error has a problem where you are not checking for different type of values, then that's gonna show up in the runtime, and your system is, your processor will stop running it. It will throw an error, and you will have to go back and fix it. So you are complying with the syntax and grammar of the programming language, but because of the different values, type of errors may be thrown by the processor. So when processor is throwing an error, is what we refer it as runtime error. That's all in this class. If you have any question on any part of this concept, you can post it in the community on our platform, and someone like me or another teacher or a student would be happy to answer. Please take time to solve the quiz. It will not only make you practice, but also test your knowledge and understanding. I'll see you guys in the next class. Happy learning.